All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. You should subscribe immediately. You should not hesitate, not 1 second. Hit that subscribe button. Go to the next page, do the same thing. We got memberships for the family. You can see the treasure chest is loading up every day, every other day. We dropping gems and jewels in there. Go and become a member. Get access to that information. Link right there in the video description is in the chat. All you have to do is just click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new teachable website. I want you to get on over there. We're going to be uploading a lot of curriculum, a lot of certificate programs and courses. The first one up, 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood for the brothers that need that structure. They need a show enough program that's going to get you to the into the end zone success. This is what you need from somebody who's been guiding the brothers for over 30 years. Get over there, get access to that. We got a brotherhood roundtable live stream once a week where the brothers gather and discuss information that is valuable to growth and development. And I know you want to be a part of it. Get that certificate and go around your community, your city, your state, the nation, teaching. You could do that. You see, so check it out. Click that link and become a student over there. Teachable General Seti. That's right. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com. Online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Get over there, check out the catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University, over 2,500 videos, all the subjects that you know and love. From the General, already know it's all fire. No website on the planet that can compare, compete. Become a member today. Everybody knows Seti got the popping his page on Patreon by far. We got a heavy series coming up right now. We talking about the cult of Saturn. I'll drop some flyers in there in a little bit. After we deal with the subject at hand, you need to get over there because it's about to go down and it's going to be all powerful. To all the family that donate to the General, I thank you. I appreciate you. For those that want to donate, the link is on the screen, is in the chat, is in the video description. Click it, donate, and I thank you and I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it, because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go. Clive Davis, the chief vampire of the music world, owes Angie Stone over $50 million. $50 million. Got enough nerve to call and give his condolences. Don't call, get no goddamn condolences. Call with that goddamn check. You see what I'm saying? You worth damn near $1 billion because you've been robbing all your artists. What I mean, we got to. What does this motherfucker do that you know he could gather that much money? Everybody out there with the talent singing, making all these hit records. And here, I mean, goddamn, what the hell is this ugly Cro-Magnon, Beetlejuice looking ass Neanderthal? What the fuck is he doing that, you know, he deserve $1 billion? off of everybody else's talent. We got to stop this shit, black people. We got to stop this. This the same old song that we've been singing, goddamn it, since we've been on records. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it, ever since we've been on records, we've been goddamn crying the blues because these Cro-Magnon Neanderthals is stealing our legacy, stealing our money, stealing everything, the rights and shit, man. This shit is crazy. I'm gonna play this brother, but now they didn't call his name out. I'm calling his goddamn name out. Because the brother, I think it's Stone Paxton. He's supposed to be helping get Angie Stone her money, and he says 3 people she called. I cannot see that one of them goddamn 3 ain't Clive Davis. It just ain't gonna, and so he kind of dropped hints, and that's who I'm assuming that it is. This motherfucker looked like Oscar the Grouch. He looked like one of them 2 old ass men that be up on the Muppets or sitting up there in the goddamn balcony. He looked like one of them old goddamn grouchy looking ass Neanderthals on the Muppets, and he got $1 billion, and can't nobody tell me what the fuck is his skill that he could gather that much goddamn $1 billion off of somebody else. This shit is an atrocity. But we're gonna listen to the brother, and he gonna drop some information so that we can try to understand what the hell is going on with Angie Stone's paper. Let's see.
Stone Paxton back again, and this is the part 2, you guys. Why Angie Stone mentioned my name, and yeah, man. This is what I'm gonna say to you. I'm gonna do this little disclaimer before we get started. I'm gonna say to all of you that have been hitting up my TikTok and you've been saying, like, say the name of the person. How come people don't name the people when all this stuff goes down? How come they won't say who it is? Well, I'm not gonna say who it is, okay? I'm not gonna name any names, okay? My thing is to create clarity for all of you who are speculating, and my thing was to create clarity for myself as well, because people were seeing, people keep hitting me about Angie mentioning my name. So I felt like it's almost as if Angie mentioned our names for a reason. So I feel like it's my duty to explain certain things that you don't know about, to help you, the fans, have some sort of closure. It might not be full closure until you feel like there is justice done, and we all feel like there's justice done. But it'll give you somewhat some kind of closure for Stony, okay? Which is what I called her, and which is what she called me. So I'm going to get into the story of, there were 3 people that Angie was set on when it came to taking her publishing. And these were her words to us. And as we researched, the things she felt, we found were true. Okay, so there were 3 people that she mentioned that were once deeply involved with her, that she said were taking from her. And as we got deeper into our research, like I said on the last video, those things we found to be true. Let's go deeper into this conversation. There was a gentleman that was a part of Angie, and I can remember the phone call when Angie called me, and she was actually introducing this person to me. And this was before she got rid of the person, right? And she had told the person about me and the team. And this person didn't even want to speak to me on the phone. As a matter of fact, this person was being very kind of, cold with me on the phone, very short with words with me. Very just very cold and short.
Being a Neanderthal, goddammit. Just say what it is. Being a Neanderthal.
Almost not even really talking to me. They would talk over me and speak to Angie while I'm on the phone, while we're in a formal meeting of introduction. This is Stone Paxton. He represents this. This is what Stone's going to do, him and his people, blah, 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 right? Well, this gentleman wasn't really trying to, he didn't even want to talk to me. He's just very disrespectful. Just going to call it what it is, right? So after that conversation, I get an email and it was an NDA, right? And I was like, what is this? Because, we had talked about what we were going to do, right? It was an NDA. And so I hit Angie and I was like, yo, Stoney, I said, somebody sent me an NDA. I was like, what is that about? And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that NDA. I said, why? I said, why is this? Who is this dude? Right? Because she didn't tell me that this person was helping her on a certain level of, I'm just going to say that with paperwork and stuff like that. Right? She didn't explain that to me. She didn't disclose that to me. I just thought this guy was somebody that was, maybe part of our circle, part of the whole team. So so she tells me this guy sent the paperwork. She says, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She says, did he email you? I said, yeah. She said, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I can't remember if it came directly from him or someone else. So she said, don't sign it. Don't worry about signing it. I said, okay. I said, yeah, because that was just kind of weird, Fast forward, she started to tell me that she suspected this particular person had been taking her songs and stealing from her, right? So I was just kind of like, I didn't ask her any questions. I didn't go deep into saying why, what's this guy's position? I just listened to her and I said, okay, so I'll send you the paperwork over so that we can move forward. Because I wanted to make sure everything was solid. So I said, we'll send the paperwork over. The team will get the paperwork over so we can make sure that this guy knows that we're representing you. And we did. She signed the paperwork. She signed our agreement and we moved forward. Then we start reaching out to this guy, this said person who had been handling a lot of her business. And so stay with me, you guys, because this story is like a roller coaster. So this said person who was handling some of her business concerning her catalog publishing, and when it came to certain advances and stuff like that, she said this person was handling, right? So all of a sudden we couldn't get a hold of this person. I text this person. They said, who are you? And I told them who I am. And I said, we'd like to talk with you about Angie Stone. And we've taken over her. I think I said something like we've taken over the management of her catalog and stuff like that. And we'd like to have a talk with you, the team. And he said, send an email to my office or something like that. Send an email to my office. I'm wording what he probably sounded like because, I didn't hear him verbally say it, but he texted. So I'm just visualizing the way he said it because through the text, I could feel that's the way he was saying it because he already knew who I was. So I felt like he was extending that energy again that he extended on the phone call initially. So I said, okay, cool. He said, and I'll get back with you. So I sent what he needed. I sent the paperwork. We sent the paperwork to him to show him that we had taken over representing her. And he never responded. A month later, he never responded. But the day afterwards, when I initially sent him that message, Angie called me the next day to go backwards. And she said, did he respond back to you? Did he call you back? I said, no, he didn't call back. She said, yeah, he's probably not going to call because he busted, right? That's what she says to me. And I said, wow. I said, yeah, well,
he
I'm
bust.
just going to keep on trying. She said, yeah, he's probably not going to call you, Stoney. I said, well, we're going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep hitting him up until I get a response, until he talks to us. So he never responded via email and he never called back ever at that time. So we're making it through November and Angie's going through different situations and we're talking. There's things that she needed handled and she didn't want to go on the road. She said, I don't want to go back on the road to have to financially take care of certain things. And I said, well, the sooner we're able to get a calculation of the songs and the value of everything, Ange, then we're able to get you a check, right? So Ange said, well, she said, I calculated and I'm owed about 50 million between here and overseas. This is what she said to me, right? And I'm only telling you what she said. And I said, okay. I said,
Did y'all hear that? 50 million fucking dollars. Listen. It been motherfucker beating on the trunk. You hear that motherfucker in the trunk. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna sign it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign it over. Yeah, you motherfucker be in the trunk with some rats. But a motherfucker put throw the motherfucker in the trunk and open up a bag of rats in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna sign them over. I'm gonna sign them over. Yeah, I know you is. Yeah, $50 million. Here we go, y'all.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we can get you in advance. We just need to do an evaluation of the publishing and make sure that everything is in one place so we can evaluate all the songs at once. This is what I say to her. I say, okay, Stoney, we're going to get all that together. So Angie's team in Atlanta and us, and we all came together and we went on a mission to do that. Now, as we went on the mission to do that and we're unveiling these things, we start to see these songs in this person's name. Mind you, I've been trying to reach out to this guy for the longest, this said person, to get a conversation as to what's going on so we can get an understanding and why you're not calling us, right? And this person's not responding. So as we started to see songs show up with this person's name on it, many songs, we started to go, okay. And then Angie Stoney, she really started to like freak out because she was like, wow, so is that why I'm not getting a phone call back? And I mean, you know, if it's black and white, it's black and white, right? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So I'm kind of at that point, I'm with her like, okay, yeah, this is not making any sense. He's not returning our phone calls. And finally started to get things transferred over in her name. Some of the songs started to move them and looking up and seeing 10 songs with this person's name on it, 15, 20, 30, and, you know, 40 songs or something like that with this person's name on it, right?
Damn.
And their name on it in publishing. Still no call. We can't get a call. We can't get an interaction. It didn't even matter. This person just never would respond, right? We tried them one more time, and I sent a text. I try to be calculated with the text and say something like, to get them to respond. I think I said something like, hey, sir, we're just trying to figure this thing.
You know what? I see down there say Clive don't need her money. He should just give it up. See, the thing is, he done a whole lot of artists like that. So if he just gonna give Angie her money, think about everybody else that just want their money. He ain't gonna have no money. He ain't gonna have no money if he start giving it up. You see? So yeah, he needed more than you think he needed. Because if he start giving up everybody who he done stole from, goddamn it, he probably wouldn't have 10, $20 million.
Out with Angie, we just need your help. I said something to, I'd have to look at the text, but I said something to the tone of that, like just trying to say, let me go a little bit neutral. Maybe this guy will respond. He still did not respond. When Angie passed away, the morning she passed away, this guy hit up her family member to give his condolences and literally said, I'm here for you guys. If you need anything, hit me.
That's Clyde Davis.
I thought that was rather insulting. As a matter of fact, I felt like if Angie was here, she probably would have told him a few things. You know what I'm saying? She would have been highly upset. I get a call and I'm told this from the family that he hit. I said, what? They said, yeah. I said, and we start comparing phone numbers. And I said, let me get that number.
Yeah, I think I see you, Ray. You say you think it's time for him to show some receipts. I think it is. But I think if he didn't have anything, her family would have probably came out on his ass by now. You know, to take a front, a front position like that. You know, to take a front position like that, I think her family probably would have came out on him. So he probably got some form of credentials, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take a front stand like this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people gonna be on his head. So I don't know if he would, voluntarily take a stance like that if he couldn't back it up. I'm not saying it's time, but understanding that this is a very critical situation. And more likely that all of it ain't gonna come out just like, but see, this is what I'm talking about. When I say having a press conference, at least you saying something is happening. Now, if this shit go to the court and shit like that, you ain't gonna put everything out there because this shit gotta go to court. But you is saying some things to let us know what's going on and where this shit is at. And that's what they should have did, even with the damn, when the crash happened and everything, they should have came out. But they have not yet had an official, and not gonna have one. They're not gonna have one. They're just not gonna have one. So there it is.
Right? So I hit him up randomly with somebody else on the team on the phone, and he answered the phone, right? And I said, "Oh," he answered the phone. I was like, "Oh, cool, we can have this conversation." So he answered the phone, and I said who I was. I said, "This is Stone," and I said, "Who else was on the phone?" I said, "Listen, we're calling about the Angie situation," and the meeting began. So I sit back and I'm listening. And we're going back and forth, and the situation gets heated. And at some point, he actually says, when we're just, saying, my people were talking, and they're saying, well, Angie said you were stealing her publishing. He's like, no, I didn't steal the publishing. I didn't take nothing, right? I didn't take nothing. And then I say, well, excuse me, sir, can you just explain why your name is on all of these said songs? Now, remember I told you there's 3 different people that Angie said were taken from her, okay? Those names I will not mention. 3 different people that Angie said was taken from her.
And I know Clive Davis is one of them.
This person was one of the persons she mentioned, right? So he says immediately, I don't have it. He kept saying, no, I don't have it. I don't have her publishing. And I said, well, how do you explain? I said, hey, I'm just telling you what we found. In our research, we found your name on all of these songs. I said, I got a copy of it. I can send you the copy. We got it. We found it, right? He actually says, well, somebody did that. Somebody setting me up. This what he says. And I'm only repeating what this person said. He said, somebody must have done that. Somebody must have put my name on there. Now, granted, there's 2 different names that were on there, right? He had one name one way, and he had the other name the other way, and they were LLCs, but they're both his names. They were both his actual names, right? So we're just listening to him, right? And then my people are on the phone, so they start back talking.
Family, y'all know this man. Even if you can't expect this man to come out here and put his damn. If he going to court with these people, he's not going to play his hand. Nah, he's not going to play his hand. You feel me? He's not going to play his hand. A lot of people say they feeling a certain vibe from him, and you can't trust no goddamn body. But it's hard for me. It could, the way he could be fooling a nigga now, but that's a lot of shit to make up. That's a lot of shit to make up. It don't look like he's stuttering too much. You know what I'm saying? And I had to watch him, but it don't look, and it's like the information, it seems somewhat credible. It seems somewhat credible because, like I say, unless all of them is involved in it, including his family, her family, because they would have easily, if this man dropping this type of information, they probably would come on there and blast him. They ain't gonna let nobody run no story down like this if they don't know who the hell he is. You see what I'm saying? So he can't come too many more times like this. He got to say something. What's the next move on what they doing? He ain't got to get. I don't need all the. I don't need all that. Until but he ain't gonna come too many more times. But right now, it seemed quite, because she already said that, based on the facts that, and we know who the fuck she fucking with, as far as her career. So he can't hide that. The money is about right. That she say it was a nice piece of change, and I didn't hear the video where she called his name, but I had to go back. And if she did call his name, then that's, so we just have to wait and see. But he gonna have to move forward in saying that what's the next step as far as, either you taking it, if he gonna come up with it, or you taking his ass to court. And unless the family gonna settle for a particular lump sum, very well maybe less than what the 50 million is, might be half, might be 25, whatever, a settlement. But we should hear something to that, moving in that direction. You feel what I'm saying? You can't come and put all this information out like that. You know what I'm saying? And you naming names and you about to go to court. No, you don't do no shit like that. But he's saying enough, and by not saying they name, but being critical and about, motherfucker running and hiding and shit. And like I said, he don't got to, because they said that Clive Davis called and, and sent his condolences. I don't know if it was on the day of. And so I just put 2 and 2 together. You see, I mean, I heard that shit through other video that he had called either on the day or the day before and left his condolences. He didn't show up, but he left his condolences. And so when he said that the guy called the day after, either, I don't know, she died or you know what I'm saying, I figured that it was his ass. You see, that's just me. I'm speculating. You understand? But he said it was 3 people stealing from her, and I'm quite sure that his motherfucking name is one of those 3. Yeah.
And we kind of let him talk, and he's just talking, and he's going into all these variables about how he paid for Angie's mother's funeral and all this. He's just going into all these other variables, you guys. And we're just listening, right? At this point, we're kind of just like, let him talk. Let him get comfortable.
I don't think he can make all this shit up he's saying.
Personal stuff with Angie's life. And we didn't want to hear that. We just want to know, where is her publishing? Where is her money at? We didn't care about nothing else. But we let him talk. Sometimes you got to let people talk so they can reveal. Because there's a revelation in the conversation, right? So with him revealing, as he was talking, we were hearing what we needed to hear. It got to a point where the conversation got kind of heated, and he was actually saying things like, I don't have to tell y'all shit. I don't have to give y'all shit. Now, these were his words to us on the phone. And the conversation seemed like it was about to go somewhere else. Then it got tapered off, right?
Ray say maybe it's in there.
Right? Now, initially, he was saying he didn't know anything about the publishing, right? He didn't know.
Let me tell y'all something, brother. I'm gonna put it up here. Natural immunity. What do you say? They in the acting business, in the entertainment business, though. Let's never forget, in Hollywood, they ain't hardly making movies for the big screen no more. They making them out of our real lives. Let me tell you something. Natural immunity. Can't nobody out act a crackhead. You feel me? Shit. You after a while, you know when a motherfucker lie. I don't give a fuck what acting school you been to. Ain't no motherfucker out act a crackhead or short on some shit. You feel me? Ain't no bigger actor than a crackhead short. You see? That motherfucker act his ass off. You feel me? That motherfucker ain't acting that goddamn hard to fool a nigga straight up. You know? Yeah. Let's finish up with this brother.
Where it was, he didn't know anything about it, right? By the end of that conversation, before we got off the phone, this guy actually said some of the most unpredictable, or he said the most unpredictable thing that we didn't expect he was going to say. He said to us, he said, no, this is what he said before he said that. He said, I don't have to give y'all shit. He said, first of all, before I tell you anything, I need you to send me, I don't know, I don't do on the phone stuff, he says. I don't do this verbal shit, he say, right? He said, I need y'all to send me the paperwork to show that you were representing her. And my people said, we sent you this a long time ago. Then I say to him, yeah, I emailed it to you. We text you about it. You had multiple emails of us trying to get a hold of you, and you never responded. So now you're telling us to send it to you again when you already have it. So he was he was saying that I don't do nothing verbal on the phone. I don't do all that verbal stuff. After he had already said, I don't have to give you shit. Now, at the end of that conversation, this same person said, right before the conversation was over with, I kid you not, I'm not even making this up. You can't make stuff like this up. This is like a freaking movie, man. It's just unfortunate that we lost Angie Stone, our sister, man. It's unfortunate we lost her. This is like a bad movie, man. So by the end of the conversation, this same person is saying this. Well, okay, listen, I do know where the publishing is. And, once y'all send me that paperwork, I'll connect you with the people that's got it, and y'all can yell at them. This person's exact words. And we all were in shock. I was in shock. I actually couldn't believe it, right? So I say to him, do you mind if I call said person and get them on the line too? Because that way we can get all this clear and out in the open. My exact words, right? He said, sure, go ahead. I click over. I call Angie's family. We get a few people on the phone. Everybody's listening and talking. And he starts back talking. And this young lady that's speaking, soon as he heard her speak, he doesn't like her at all, right? At all. Because during our conversation, the thing he mentioned to us also about Angie is, he said, Angie's got all these weird people around her. And I told Angie she need to do non-disclosure agreements with everybody. And then I didn't like this one particular girl around Angie. And I told Angie, I don't like her and I don't really want to deal with her. And you need to do non-disclosures with people. Now,
family,
some of the things he said,
this brother got a little length on this, but I just wanted to get to that core where he talks about it. Now, he says he gets her family on the phone. Some of her family is on the phone, that he talked to her family. And so, I mean, because they didn't took over her estate. So they most definitely, and they could cut him loose if they come behind him and say, you know what, he in the way and shit, and I'm going to give you, certain, and motherfuckers will do it, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know where that's going, but for the most part, to do it like that and then go behind his back and shit, if that's what it is, that would be, that wouldn't be a good look, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that how they did, they mother. And so it's the principle at this motherfucking point, not just the money, but the principle. Because if she had the money, she wouldn't have been on the road. You feel what I'm saying? If she had the money, she wouldn't have been on the road and she wouldn't have been in that predicament. So they cause great stress and and pain and shit and hard times, just having to get on that damn road. But anyway, I know it's a few of them that's involved. We're going to stay on it. They thinking shit going to get quiet. And that's why they need to go on and put the pressure on his ass immediately. It shouldn't take long. Come up with the paper or take his ass to court. And if they take him to court, whoever it is, their names coming out at that point. If they had to pay, they probably said, look, if you go on and pay up, we'll keep your motherfucking name out the tabloids. I ain't even saying that. Probably your name gonna come out anyway, but for the most part, if you just drop them goddamn ends and write that check, then we can, you might be able to, but at the same time, look what you did. But I'm not the one that's discussing that. I'm not the one, where they sitting down and they talking, numbers and how that shit gonna go. I don't know. But we should be hearing something soon, whether if they gonna pay up or they gonna take their ass to court. And if they got the evidence on them, then let it go to court and let's see what's gonna happen. All right, if you're on here right now, family, I want you to hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be right back. We just getting started. We're gonna have some very powerful presentations. Subscribe and share the information, family. Let's see what's really going on. What's really going on with this situation with Angie Stone. I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.